श्री तेजस्वी सूर्या जी, श्री तेजस्वी सूर्या।
Thank you, Speaker, sir, for giving me permission to speak in this important debate. This is a momentous occasion for the whole country when we are celebrating 75 years of a journey as a constitutional republic. Speaker, sir, if you look at our immediate neighborhood and contrast it to our experience, we are the only thriving constitutional democracy in our immediate neighborhood. This is the strength of this country and the testament to not only the strength of our constitution, the sublime constitution that our constituent makers gave us, but it is also a testament to the strength of this civilization, this culture that has always placed the values of democracy, the values of freedom of expression, and dharma as the foundation stone of this civilization. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who played the pivotal role in drafting of this constitution, also acknowledged and appreciated the value of the civilizational culture in democracy and strengthening the democracy in this country. I would only want to take two lines from his very interesting quote. Baba Saheb Ambedkar expounds on how the Upanishadic principles of Aham Brahmasmi and Tattvamasi form the foundation, the theoretical foundation, the philosophical foundation of democracy. He says, if all persons are parts of Brahma, then all are equal and all must enjoy the same liberty, which is what democracy means. Looked at from this point of view, there cannot be a slightest doubt that no doctrine could furnish a stronger foundation for democracy than the doctrine of Brahma. He also further goes and says, when Western students of democracy have spread the belief that democracy has stemmed either from Christianity or from Plato, and that there is no other source of inspiration for democracy. If they had known that India too had developed the doctrine of Brahmism, which furnishes a better foundation for democracy, they would not have been so dogmatic. India too must be admitted to have made towards a contribution towards a theoretical foundation for democracy. This is what Baba Saheb Ambedkar says. It was on this very philosophy that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has declared to the world that India is the mother of democracy. That is the strength of from where we derive that's the philosophical foundation from where we derive the strength for our constitution. Speaker, sir, this civilizational value of India, that we are a civilizational state, was implicitly addressed and appreciated in this constitution when India was referred to as Bharat in Article 1 of the Constitution. Our constituent makers appreciated the millennia-old civilizational history and considered India to be a sacred geography. The Vishnu Purana said, Uttaram yat samudrasya himadraischeva dakshinam varsham tad bharatam nama bharati yatra santati. From then, the country was considered a sacred geography. But unfortunately, Speaker, sir, starting from the first Prime Minister in the Congress party, Pandit Nehru, to the communists and the others who followed, India was not considered a sacred geography because they did not have the civilizational worldview that India was a millennia-old state. They approached India as a union of states, more a private jagir, any part of which could be given to anybody at any point in time, ceded, given away, without even at some times following the constitutional process of law. The attack on the constitution by the Congress party started from the very first article, Article 1. I would want to draw the attention of this nation and the House to how a very important, strategically important island in the Pak Strait in the southern part of the country between India and Sri Lanka, the island called Kachativu, was given away to Sri Lanka by the Congress party and the DMK in 1974 without following any due process envisioned in the constitution. Speaker, sir, when Pandit Nehru was asked about this very important island called Kachativu, which falls in the Pak Strait, which was part of the then Madras presidency, belonging to Raja of Ramnath, Pandit Nehru says, I attach no importance at all to this little island, and I would have no hesitation in giving up our claim to it. This was Pandit Nehru's position on a very important island. And सुनना पड़ेगा गौरव भाई, सुनना पड़ेगा, आपके पीछे आपके हिस्टोरिकल पाप को आप सुनना पड़ेगा. Sir, The DMK, which today is lecturing us, the DMK which is today lecturing us on secularism and the constitutional
Kindly
morality,
address to the chair.
this party also joined hands. Karunanidhi, who was then the chief minister in 1974, was well made aware that this was the solution and this island would be given away. They also supported this. And in 1974, without bringing an amendment to the constitution, because Article 1 and Article 3 of the constitution mandates that if there is any change in the territory of India, that has to be brought before the parliament. Nothing was done. Parliament was not taken into confidence. Article 1, Article 3 was not amended. Nothing was done. By a mere executive action, a very important island belonging to India was given away for political reasons by the Congress party. Sir, this was not the first instance. Lot was spoken about the basic structure of the constitution. Parliamentary sovereignty and sovereignty of India is one of the founding principles of the nation. But the Congress party, not just in the instance of Kachativu, but even in the instance of Aksai Chin with respect to China, and more recently it was learned that the UPA government was ready to even give away Siachen to Pakistan. This is their commitment to territorial integrity of this country. This is the difference between one view which considers India to be a civilizational state, a sacred geography, and between one whose leader of opposition, even when he goes abroad, says India is not a nation but is a union of states. Contrast this view to what Atal Bihari Vajpayee's position was. ये अर्पण की भूमि है, ये तर्पण की भूमि है, इसका कंकर कंकर शंकर है, इसका बिंदु बिंदु गंगा जल है. This is the difference between the BJP, which is the protector of the constitution, protector of our territorial integrity, and other political parties like the Congress, which considers India not as a civilizational state, not as a nation, but as a mere hodgepodge union of states. This is an attack on the constitution, Adhyaksha.
ವಿಶ್ವ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಜನಹಿತಕ್ಕಿದು ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಜಾಲ.